On this week's episode of the Untitled Movie Podcast, we grind, we wheeze the juice, and we talk all about baby fresh nugs and cones when we kick off New Year's Resolution Month with In the Army Now and Encino Man. We'll talk about my apparent disdain for Sean Astin, how Operation Dumbo Drop and Full Metal Jacket are basically the same movie, and I talk a whole bunch of crap about stripes. So stay tuned, folks.
Untitled Movie Podcast. Untitled Movie Podcast. Untitled Movie Podcast. Untitled Movie Podcast.
Welcome to 2019.
Happy fucking New Year.
The first F-bomb of the year goes to Ron.
Yep.
Welcome to 2019, the year where Ron is now not sick. I am now sick. The year where lives will change. We will both have our second children. The year where the world will change because something with Tesla cars and global warming and voting. The year of Pauly Shore.
That's right.
Okay, perhaps it's not the year of Pauly Shore. Perhaps that year was almost 25 years ago already. But this is the month of Pauly Shore. Welcome to the Untitled Movie Podcast with Ron.
And Craig.
And welcome to New Year's Re-Shore-Lution month. For
That's
those who
right.
don't understand plays on words, it's like resolution. I'll explain it. But it's Re-Shore-Lution.
Is that because we're talking about the one, the only Pauly Shore?
The Weasel.
The Weasel, munching on some grindage.
Baby fresh nugs. Baby fresh nugs and
he's in the
cones.
juice.
So, yeah. I don't know why we decided to do this. We like Pauly Shore movies way more than most people.
I mean, there's only like 5 of them.
Yeah, there's only 5 that truly count.
Yeah.
His star, much like James Dean before him, his star burned bright and fast. You know, his first.
So are you saying he technically is like dead, but he's not?
Well, I mean, I'm more saying he's the James Dean of our generation. Obviously we're gonna go all over the place like we always do. You know, Encino Man came out in 1992. Biodome came out in 1996. And that was it. Like, and then he kind of faded off the map a little bit.
Was Biodome the last one or Jury Duty?
Biodome's the last one.
Biodome.
And faded out, and just went back to banging supermodels and Playboy playmates and porn stars, and didn't really do much except comedy and run the Comedy Store and live his life. And he's fine. He's still got more money than I do, and he's lived an awesome life. But his big screen career was but 4 years. But it was but sands in the hourglass. But like, I'm not gonna say a flash in the pan because his fire burns bright in my heart. But you need to understand this, especially for when I attempt to email Pauly Shore possibly and have him come on the show, which he won't do. I'll tell you that now, but we're gonna try.
Yeah.
So you need to understand, as much as we're gonna fuck around with this because we always do, we both unapologetically love Pauly Shore movies.
Absolutely.
We will have 2 episodes this month. We will talk about his 4 main movies.
We already did Son-in-Law.
We already did Son-in-Law.
If you haven't listened to it, catch it on, where you do your potting.
Yes, exactly. So 4 of his 5. We talked about Son-in-Law back in November during Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about Encino Man, In the Army Now, Jury Duty, and Biodome. And we're going to do it over 2 episodes. We're going to do today. What are we going to hit today, Ron?
Today we're going to start off with Encino Man. We're just going to do Encino Man and In the Army Now. We're just going to go bouncing back and forth most likely, but
yeah.
We're going to hit those 2 today.
Because much like Pauly Shore, we're a crazy
Easy
boys. Yeah, we unapologetically both enjoy Pauly Shore movies thoroughly. Like, it's not like stuff we've watched in the past from this time in our life. We were 11 when In the Army Now came out. We were freaking 9 when Encino Man came out. It's not like other stuff we've watched where we go back and one of us is like, yo, this kind of sucks now. Like, I don't love Encino Man as much as I should, but In the Army Now, I still quote.
See, I quote both of them.
Like I didn't. I don't know how you do, but
I have used the word when what was it, Michael DeLuise in Encino Man?
Damn
just
right.
goes, Shush. Sorry, can't do it well with my throat a little scratchy, but I have done that at work to people who are angering me.
Is that where you got that from?
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know that.
You've heard me say it.
I have heard you say that. I would say that. Would you say that? Yeah, like I fucking love these stupid movies.
I always say no butts chill for some reason, and everyone looks at me like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
One of my son's favorite things in the whole world, and I didn't even realize I got it from this movie. That's how many times I've seen In the Army Now. Is I look at him and I go, "Hello," and I got that from this freaking movie. I was like, "Oh crap, that's where that came from."
We always do that.
Yeah, this movie is in my consciousness. Like this is part of me. Like that's insane. So yeah, like we love Pauly Shore. Like I don't know if I feel like I'm at an AA meeting. You know, like my name is Craig. This is Ron. We love Pauly Shore. Yeah, and everybody's like, "Oh, hi guys," and someone else is like, "I really like Pamela Anderson," and someone else is like, "I'm super into snow," and someone else is like, you know, wearing a Real Big Fish T-shirt. I'm not upset about it. Like whatever, man. I'm proud.
By the way, all of those, that's all Craig.
I just named a bunch of shit that I like. I still kind of like from the 90s. Yeah.
Yes.
I worked a Real Big Fish concert one time. I was fucking hyped. I was in my 20s already, and I was like, bah, 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 and I was like, let's do this. Like,
I was supposed to see them in concert, but I don't remember what happened, but I couldn't go. I had to give the tickets away.
I stole a set list for you. I still have it.
Oh,
If you ever want that from 10 years ago that I took for you.
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I'll get that right over to you. So yeah, like I you know, I'd like to start somewhere, but let's just start like we always start, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Let's go how both these movies do. And they're kind of like they're separated by Encino Man really starts it, right? You could say that.
Encino Man starts it, yes.
You know,
it starts the Weasel craze. It brings the power of Steven Tyler to us all.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Let me get back. I'm going to jump around like always, as we said.
Jump around. Jump around. Get off your feet and jump around.
I always remember the Beavis and Butthead episode where he said, did he say hump a hound? And that's stuck in my head. Well, Pauly Shore started. Let's get some Pauly Shore-ness out of the way here. Pauly Shore famously is the son of Mitzi Shore, correct?
Okay.
And what was his dad's name? I'm totally not looking at Google right now.
Sammy Shore?
Sammy Shore, yeah.
Sounds like we just made that Samsonite.
Sam Slappy Swanson Swami. You know, first completely unrelated non sequitur of the day. I read something some of the other day. I can't believe I never thought of this. Right? What was Holly, whatever her name is, his first name in Dumb and Dumber?
I don't remember.
It was Mary Swanson.
Oh, Mary, yes.
If she would have gotten together with Lloyd Christmas, her name would have been Merry Christmas. That's a great joke I just got 20 years later. So anyhow, Samsonite, yeah. Pauly Shore is the son of Mitzi and Sammy Shore. She founded the Comedy Store, which is the biggest comedy club in Los Angeles. I've been there; it's pretty dope. And she's owned it for freaking decades upon decades, and so that's how he got into comedy. Was he hung out around there? Actually, Sam Kinison, the famed, again, someone who died too soon, much like James Dean, but not like Pauly Shore, who's still alive. Sam Kinison took Pauly Shore under his wing and had him opening for him. So Pauly Shore, he created the Weasel on stage. That was like a stage character he did when he was in his early 20s. People loved it. It kind of aped, especially people in California. It doesn't play as well on the East Coast, but people in Cali like that whole surfer boy thing because he's an intelligent guy in real life. And somehow it led to an MTV show called Totally Pauly where he did music videos. And it was kind of, as he described it in the video, we definitely didn't watch 5 minutes before going on there. So it was like it seems like the original. He called it the original reality show for MTV. It was kind of like a Billy on the Street meets Beavis and Butthead meets Tom Green.
The original Billy on the Street.
Yeah, like he would just go around and talk to people with a microphone and talk about music videos and joke about it and stuff.
It seems
and
like
he
he just stayed on Venice Beach.
Yeah, he hung out at Venice Beach a lot, as well he should, because there's a lot of wackos there. And he just did Pauly Shore stuff, and that brought the Weasel in 1989. That brought the Weasel into the mainstream. But the Weasel did not enter the big screen until now we're back around 1992's Encino Man.
Yep.
That's when people found out about Baby Fresh Nugs and Cones.
Mm-hmm. Radmobile.
Radmobile. So now give me some stats on Encino Man.
Came out May 22nd, 1992. Had a budget of $7 million. Made $9 million its opening weekend and grossed $40.6 million in the U.S.
So it made some kashish.
Yeah. It did not do well as far as critics are concerned. Got a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience gave it a 55%. I think they're all insane. It's a wonderful film.
I'll tell you this.
Megan Ward's in it. Wonderful film.
Oh, Megan, she's the 90s checklist.
She's my first TV crush.
Early 90s Megan Ward was a magical thing. She was in this. She was in PCU. She was on Dark Skies.
She was in Arcade, who I think I might be the only person to know that movie.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now, so yeah.
You remember it as, they used to call it Dante's Inferno when it was on TV.
What the hell is it about?
It's about people who go into a VR world and the VR machine, like she has to fight the VR machine because it's trying to kill them.
Are you talking about VR Troopers?
No, I'm talking about Arcade.
It sounds like you're talking about VR Troopers.
It sounds like you watched it with me at least once during the daytime. What about in the early 90s?
Oh, you're talking about that Nickelodeon show, Nick Arcade.
No.
That show's
dumb baby.
That show sucked.
Nick Arcade, it should have been so much better, but those games were horrible.
Yeah, they were horrible. They were never real video games.
No.
And I'm gonna give you a hot take here. Legends of the Hidden Temple, not that good.
Yeah, I liked more of the end. Guts and Global Guts. Mike O'Malley was the man.
Guts was my dream. I wanted to be. I wanted to be on Guts.
American
I was an athletic
Gladiators for kids.
Oof, I was not. I looked at the kids that were on Guts, and I was like, "That's the kid I want to be. I want to have that rat tail. I want to have those shaved sides. I want to have those buck teeth. I want to be on Guts. I want to be climbing the aggro crag. I want to be hanging out with Mo. I want to be making jokes with Mike O'Malley and fall in the foam pit. But I wasn't good at sports at all. Like me now, like 35-year-old me would shit on those little bastards on Guts.
Well,
just so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I would smoke those 12-year-olds.
What about Wild and Crazy Kids? I always wanted to be in a summer camp just because, like, who gets to go on these shows?
Is that one of those shows?
What? Yeah, it was all summer camps.
What Wild and Crazy Kids, that?
Yeah.
With Omar Gooding?
Yep. I don't know how you know that.
And white kid with mullet and vaguely Hispanic girl. That's how I remember that show. I remember Omar Gooding.
Yeah.
Because then he was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yep.
Oh man, that's a good show. And I'm not gonna get going. I promise you, I will not tonight go on a Hanging with Mr. Cooper rant. But I like that show. Anyway.
But if you wanted to, I'll go into a segue.
Oh, you will go into a Thank you. Please, Ron, segue for me.
I'm segueing. Who was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper? Holly Robinson?
Holly Robinson Pete.
Yes. Who was on 21 Jump Street, and Pauly Shore did an episode of 21 Jump Street with Jason Priestley and Boof.
What? Really?
Yes. Yep. Just watched it the other night.
We never thought about the place where we belong. That was Holly Robinson singing that.
Yeah. Oh, such a great show.
But
we could probably talk about
everything
else besides Pauly Shore, even though we love Pauly Shore.
I mean, there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah. But
yeah, better be ready to
he played a
jump down on Jump Street. Okay, I'll stop.
He played a teen who is using fake IDs to get drinks, and one of their friends got so drunk that he killed himself in a car.
That seems unlikely. we all know that 16-year-olds are super duper, super responsible when they drink. So,
Yeah. Him, Jason Priestley, and Boof.
man, what the hell? Infectious Groove. Sorry, I have the.
Are you reading things?
No, I have the
What?
Wikipedia for Encino Man up in case I need information, and I was staring at my screen and saw the words "infectious grooves." Apparently, that's who plays the monkey song at the end of Encino Man.
Yes. Who
That was
I will say, before Freddie Prinze Jr. came with his movies with synchronized dancing, Pauly Shore brought it in Encino Man.
Pauly, look, okay, so here's the thing about Encino Man. Do you want to give me any stats? We'll start with Encino Man. Do you want to? Clearly, we have no format as always. You want to know about Encino Man? I don't like Encino Man, but this is Pauly Shore is still wonderful. Like the only reason Encino Man is watchable is because of Pauly Shore.
Well, for you.
And we'll leave out that. Okay, we get it. The Megan Ward's hot.
No. I was.
No doubt in my mind.
I mean, you got Sean Astin, you got Michael DeLuise, Robin
I like
Tunney.
Michael DeLuise.
You got Data from the Goonies. It's the only time any of the cast members work together.
Any of what cast member? Oh, really?
Goonies, yeah.
I thought it was a special
Got Brendan Fraser.
because Jack Noseworthy is in it.
Got Richard Masur.
Jack Noseworthy from the Aerosmith video.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I go crazy. Anyway,
Power Steven Tyler.
it's a Steven Tyler connection. Richard Mazur is the dude from Veda's dad, right?
Yes. Who
Yes.
was also the father in Mr. Boogedy.
Was he really?
Yep. Carlton
He was
Davis.
also president of the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
Don't know why I know that at all.
Because he was the president of the Screen Actors Guild.
Well, I'm not going to start with you. Anyway, I don't really like this movie that much, but Pauly Shore is awesome in it. Like his character, I feel like he carries this whole movie.
Well, the thing is, he does. He's the voice of reason. During the movie, originally, they wrote the part of him in because they wanted him to play Link originally, but he's too small.
Quick time out. In my notes, I have written Stoney is the voice of reason. See? Same. We do agree on things sometimes.
Well, I mean, I love Sean Astin, but his character,
a-
Dave, is a piece of shit.
Ooh, here, hold on. I also have a note. Dave's always a dick.
He could have gotten Megan Ward, but she quote unquote didn't hit her babeness yet or something like that. Like,
Oh, the message of this movie from his perspective is absolutely horrible.
yeah,
He's like, the message is basically like, wait till a girl gets hot and then be a stalker and she'll fall in love with you if your friends are cool.
yeah. And then he has they go into somehow there's a daytime dance club around noon.
Wait, hold on. This is important. Another note. Why is the club open in the daytime?
And are they all underage? Did they all have to run from the cops?
No, I believe the joke was he said police INS. And they're all
Oh,
supposed
that's
to
what
be-
he says.
Yeah, Pauly Shore movies always have a little bit of comedic racism in them, with varying effects of how funny they actually end up being for that. But yeah, continue what you were saying about Dave being a dickhead because I don't like him.
She's having fun. She wants to dance. She's like, Dave, come dance with me. That was his move. He had it right then and there to show that he was a fun guy. She wants to be with a fun guy who dances. He sat around with a puss on his face while Stoney's drinking with the,
Men of Mexican descent, Ronald.
yes. And Link is, hitting on his chick and dancing. So she wants to dance, and he refuses to. So that was when she was like, I want to take Link to the prom.
That whole this movie makes no fucking sense. I'm sorry. Stoney holds it together. He's adorable. I want him to be my best friend. Sean Astin, I also have a note written, Sean Astin's age is Sean Astin.
He's never aged in his life.
He looked like
after Goonies and I think Whitewater Summer, he looked exactly the same forever.
Well, I think right after Goonies ended, he turned 35 and then remained 35 for the last 30 years. because he looks significantly older than everybody else in this high school, except for Michael DeLuise, who's also clearly 30.
Yeah.
Link is undescribed. I just this movie weirds me. First off, it's a tragic love story from the beginning.
He's just trying to build a fire to keep his Betty Nugs warm.
Yeah, I didn't remember I hadn't seen this movie in a while. I don't remember that the first fucking 2 minutes is depressing as fuck and is just the Ice Age overtaking a man trying to protect his woman and dying in near dying in a hail of ice storms and death.
So
and then
it shows that he was it collapsed on him, but he was frozen.
Yes, that's not how ice works. I know.
Yeah,
that is not how glaciers or ice work.
Continue. The depressing opening.
Depressing opening, which leads to more depressing shit because Dave is just a fucking weirdo who's trench digging a fucking pool in his back.
If my daughter decided she was going to dig a giant hole in the backyard, there'd be words.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's not even getting rid of the soil. He's just moving it in a big pile on the other side.
Yeah, there's a fucking big mound of dirt in his backyard.
Did he plan on putting, like, plaster down or something to keep the water in?
I'm guessing he thought he'd have the concrete poured eventually.
And they also live on the side of a cliff. They're going to cause a mudslide.
See? Dave's a dick.
Yeah.
Dave's a dick. Rose McGowan pops in this movie also, by the way.
Yeah, I think that was his first movie.
Who, Rose McGowan?
I think so.
Well, it was. I had the full '90s checklist. It was Rose McGowan, Megan Ward, Robin Tooney, who was 11, I think, when this movie was made. Yeah, Dave sucks. And he's a weird creeper. He's always like, hey, what's her name? Robin?
Yeah.
Is that her name? He's all like, hey, Robin. He like leans over. He's like, I have a picture of us naked together. Like, what do you do? Who fucking thinks it's a good idea?
He
to
just
carry
doesn't
around.
know what to do.
He's the worst. And then why do they make out at the end? What changes other than the fact that he fucking does an organized dance with Link, which is insane.
The best is, so they're doing this organized dance. Well, it didn't get, Stoney jumps in with Link, and all of a sudden he goes, hey, watch this. You're in a circle. Everyone's staring. Just jump in. They're all watching.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he's pretty annoying in Rudy too, if we're being honest. I love that movie, but he's pretty obnoxious.
Let's not ban that, Rudy.
I'm playing defensive end for Purdue.
I knew that was coming.
Fuck you, Rudy. You fucking go hard.
Don't knock Rudy. Let's just
Jamie O'Hara's been playing on that team for fucking 4 years. All right, he's tired of fucking coach's shit. He doesn't need you fucking making him look bad, Rudy. Roland Steele's about to give up his spot for you, you miserable piece of shit. Anyway.
Listen, he's the wild man now. He can do what he wants.
Who's the wild man now?
All right, let's leave Rudy alone.
But
let's leave it alone.
Jon Favreau's in Rudy. Jon Favreau's also in PCU. Megan Ward's in PCU.
Oh, you didn't jump into the segue though.
So I jumped in, I'm in my segue. We should just play the sound of a fucking Segway driving, like every time we do that. So, yeah, I don't like this movie, but I think Pauly Shore is awesome in it. Like that's he's supposed to be a loser, but he's not.
See, I don't think Pauly Shore just doesn't care. Pauly Shore is himself. He's wearing a pink mesh shirt.
Okay, no fucks given.
Driving a rainbow-colored scooter.
No fucks given.
No fucks given. And Dave is so, even the nerds are better than him in this movie. There is, as in my notes, there is dork-on-dork violence in this movie.
When?
When the two, the white and the Spanish rapping kids, the hip-hop duo.
The guys that are randomly doing the punch the air dance in front of their locker.
And when they do computer club, that's dork-on-dork violence.
Huh.
They tap his head and stuff.
I don't really get those guys.
Yeah.
A lot of weird duos for comedic effect in this movie.
Yes.
Like Jack Noseworthy and the other guy too. I like Jack Noseworthy's name.
Which one's that?
The skateboard guy.
Oh, yes.
The kid who rips his own eyes out in Event Horizon.
That's the movie he was in. I couldn't think of it.
Yep. He's also in Breakdown with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
And
movie.
J.T. Walsh. Yeah, man. Stoney really holds this movie together. He actually gives a shit about Link.
He gives a shit about Dave. He tries to take him, he tries to tell him, don't worry about it. We're gonna go to college. You can reinvent yourself. He tries to help him out every chance he can. Dave is unredeemable. His character is unredeemable.
Dave sucks. Dave is trash.
I also have a note saying his sister's a little shit too.
Oh, she's a fucking C-word. This movie should have ended with Dave and his little sister dying in a car accident and Stoney getting the girl. And he and Link and Mrs. Link and they the four of them, they get in a car and they go on an adventure spree. I'd watch that movie. Because they're best friends. And what's weird though about this, clearly this is Pauly Shore's movie. Because even the end of the movie, he sings the song. He says a riff in the song.
Yeah.
He's third from the top in the billing.
Yep. Well,
That's
like I was saying before you interrupted me, they wrote his part in last minute because they wanted him to play Link.
What do you mean?
He was supposed to play Link.
Okay, and what happened? They were like,
he was too small.
I was about to say you weigh 14 pounds and you're 5'6".
So they got Brendan Fraser and they wrote his character in. So I want to know, without Stoney there, who the fuck keeps Dave in line?
Oh, Dave's probably just, as he would say, Dave's wheezing on the butt fest the entire time.
Dave is, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's an actual line in this movie, by the way. He says wheezing on the butt fest. That's what I'm going to take it as. But it also, here's one for you, Ron. I took notes, as I'm supposed to occasionally. This really hits what I will consider the full Pauly Shore checklist. He says nugs. He says grindage. He's a secret genius. He references cones. And most importantly, multiple times in this one, people talk like the Weasel.
Oh yeah, I do.
Non-Weasel people do Weasel stuff.
His the sound that comes with his fingers, the Weasel fingers.
I can't.
Yeah.
That kinda.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you edit that so it sounds like I know what I'm doing? Just
No.
literally edit him doing it over
I'll
that.
tell you I can, but I won't. But
That's
everyone
fair.
gets the gist.
You're a miserable piece of shit.
Don't tax my gig so hard, Cruster.
Yeah, why is he randomly fighting with his fucking dad? Like fucking Dave's dad is like, yeah, whatever. Like he's a little sarcastic, but he's like, yeah, man, like fucking eat my food. Like I love you. You're my kid's best friend. I've known you since you're a little kid. And he's like, why are you texting my kid? Like what the fuck? I'd be like, dude, Stoney, put that fucking potato down and
You
get out
stole
my
my
fucking
fucking
table.
wife's bagel, her breakfast the other day.
Yeah, and you want to marry my 11-year-old daughter.
Which is very creepy.
Yeah, that's a weird line. I'll forgive it because it's the Weasel, but he was trying to wheeze on some two baby fresh nugs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Those were literally baby fresh nugs. That's not the kind of nugs you want to wheeze on. But yeah, man, fucking Stoney. This whole movie is just Pauly Shore being better than everybody else because Dave sucks. Another point of Dave sucking. In the beginning, when they're riding the moped and Stoney's singing his like, I'm a Stoney, crusty, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Dave's riding on the back of his moped, his scooter. Who the fuck thinks it's a good idea at 8 o'clock in the morning to be eating Doritos when you're about to go? He's running up to the girl of his dreams with fucking cheese fingers and Dorito mouth.
Yep.
He's the worst.
He is. He's shitty.
And he's kind of got a lisp, so poor freaking Robin's like, oh, that's Dave. We were friends when we were 11. Hi, Dave. And he's like, hey, Robin, and spitting fucking Dorito dust all over his face. I bet you without Dave, Stoney would be accepted.
I think so.
Because people fucking love Stoney.
I feel like Stoney is involved with like all the cliques.
I mean, Stoney exists outside of the mainstream.
And notice like, Mike DeLuise doesn't bother Stoney so much. He only bothers Dave.
No, because Stoney's transcendent.
Yeah.
People enjoy
The
Stoney.
teacher even calls him Stoney.
Yes, of course. That's is Stoney. People fucking love Stoney. But the teacher, by the way, is the guy from Blank Check.
Yes. And
who's
Die
also
Hard.
who's also the guy from Die Hard, who's also the guy from The Burbs.
Yep.
I gotta kill the whole grid. Put some chicken wings in your pocket. He's fucking creepy though too. He gets up in Robin Tooney's face and he's all like, he would just take whatever he wants. And she's like, ooh, and she gets all freaking moist in the pantalones.
Yeah.
At her teacher talking about a Cro-Magnon doing rape. Everyone in this movie is an idiot except for Stoney.
And Megan Ward.
And why is Michael DeLuise playing fucking hockey in jeans?
It doesn't even. If you watch that scene, there's like 12 people on the ice just skating around in circles next to a puck.
So they go to the ice skating rink.
Blades.
Blades. 75% of the people there at what seems to just be a regular ice skating rink are not skating.
No.
They're not, and there's not like a major concession area. There seems to be like a couple video games, but they're all fucking standing around. While like you said, 12 fucking people wearing jeans and helmets.
Well, I think only like 2 people wear helmets.
Well, because they were probably actually playing hockey, and these other dicks jumped in their game.
Yeah.
Are playing some semblance of pond hockey, basically, with no rules. And everybody else is just standing. It makes no sense. This movie's fucking
None
ridiculous. This movie is. I still don't get Dave's arc. I don't understand what happens. I don't
He
know
doesn't
why we're
have an
supposed to,
arc because he's shitty up until the last 3 seconds when he gets his way. Then he's happy. First of all, also, well, there's a lot of alls, first of all. But Dave calls up from prison to ask her out to the prom. She says, no, I want to go with Link. And then she's like, how about we all go together? He, being the big puss bag he is, hangs up on her. And then all of a sudden, when come prom, he can't go because he's quote-unquote grounded.
Yeah, I mean, he's full of shit. She's
a
trying to be
big,
nice,
big,
but
dumb baby.
I mean, she's also, that's a fucking ridiculous fucking, that's a hollow offer. Like, oh, we'll all go together. Like, you're gonna. She wanted to. She's gonna be giving Link a hand job, and he's gonna be fucking sitting there, fucking
I honestly
eating Doritos.
think she did like him. She wanted him to just stop being such a little bitch.
Yeah, true. He's definitely
Like,
a bitch.
She looks at him and like she's genuinely smiling at him. She hates what her boyfriend does, but obviously should have stopped it a little sooner, than that. But she genuinely likes him. And he's just too much of a bitch to either ask her out or just be himself.
Well, he's a terrible person, though. He's a stalker.
Yeah.
Speaking of stalking, so Michael DeLuise breaks into his house. We can agree on that?
Yes. And the school.
And the school. Steals these photos, sees the pictures of Link frozen, and instead of thinking like maybe it's some sort of costume, assumes he's a caveman.
Yeah. But
There
doesn't
is
take
no
it to
scenario.
say the police or someone else so they can.
Is it even? I mean, it's not even police matter. It's more of like an FBI matter, maybe, or like
For some reason, I want to say NASA, but it's not
yeah,
NASA.
NASA, the Men in Black. I don't know who would show up for that. Like,
but he decides to tell the school, so the school starts to hate. The school hears that. Honestly, they just heard caveman. They had no fucking idea that he actually meant caveman.
Oh, yeah, like that's in what world did he think he was getting on that stage to say, "Oh, he's a caveman"? People are like, "Oh, if he's a fucking caveman, lynch him!" Like, no, what? Who's gonna believe you? Fucking terrible plan. Everyone in this movie is an idiot. Again, I will say, except for Stoney. Stoney's a good person. Maybe kind of racist because of the way he treats the Indian men.
Kashmir Rajneesh.
I still don't really understand what "no buts chill" means.
No buts chill.
I don't really know what that means, but I like it.
It means because he's like, no, chill, no, but chill. He tells him, no, chill out. Like, no, but
okay.
chill. And he goes, no, but chill.
Oh, that okay. That makes sense now. I probably wasn't paying enough attention.
And then he's wheeze the juice, and he smacks him in the head.
No, Weasel on the juice. I still think that's very
the go fuck a goat guy.
good. Is it?
Yeah,
I was thinking isn't that the guy from Mr. Deeds?
that's the other one.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong one.
Yeah,
The other guys got. They both did. I mean, I don't know who they are. They both done a lot of work.
yeah.
But yeah, man. Every scene in this movie that's actually funny is Pauly Shore.
I do like the right said Fred. I'm too sexy. See?
The Right Said Fred montage. I made a
Yeah.
note about that. I do. But that's mostly Pauly Shore. He dresses. Basically, this movie is how to take a caveman and make it Pauly Shore. While fucking Sean Astin fucking piddles around like an asshole and stalks somebody.
They were like how you said, Pauly Shore would be much cooler without Dave. At was it Magic Mountain, wherever they go, wherever that theme park is.
Yeah,
They're all hanging out with these pretty good looking chicks.
Yes,
on the water rides.
Oh yeah, dude, he's hanging. They're hanging around Baby Fresh Nugs.
Yeah,
they probably squeezed a couple cones. Yeah, man. Look, and Dave's not there because Dave sucks.
Yeah,
I think Stoney just feels bad for Dave, so he hangs out with him.
Yeah,
also
think,
Dave has better grindage.
I got it. Remember, we do love bringing worlds together. So, Stoney tried to help out Dave, break him out of his shell, just like he did Carla Gugino.
Wow. So what you're saying is Pauly Shore is some kind of demigod.
Yes. And after he got away from his shitty friend Dave, he went away to college.
Yeah.
And he became Crawl.
Yeah, and maybe after college, after that unfortunately that relationship doesn't work out. So he takes it upon himself to then save an entire ragtag group of military men.
Yep.
In our next film.
Mm-hmm.
In the Army Now.
Yep, we're walking into it with the segue right now.
God damn it, Ron. You just have to let it happen. When will you learn how these work?
One day.
So, before we move on, someone named George Zaloom wrote Encino Man.
Oh.
George Zaloom. That's someone's last name. How did In the Army Now do?
In the Army Now. Let's see. Came out August 12th, 1994. Budget is $6 million. Made $28 million.
See? That's a moneymaker.
Yeah. Well, it was great. They got our money. We saw it together.
Yeah, we saw it in the theater together.
Yeah.
When we were mere 11-year-olds.
Yep.
The little tiniest of Craig and Rons. Back when this all started.
Yep.
We've been friends for almost 25 years.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. But so Encino Man was the first movie in Pauly Shore's contract with Disney. In the Army Now was the third.
Yeah.
It was a three picture deal. This is the third one. All three made money. We'll do the second one, Son-in-Law, which we did already. We will do the back end of this catalog, as you know, Jury Duty and Biodome next week or next I don't know when we do the show. In the Army Now, no joke. I didn't realize it until I was watching it today. I think it's one of my favorite movies.
It is.
It's got to be like there. Top. It's got to be like top 50.
Before we get so deep in this, I would just like to say about Encino Man. Love the soundtrack.
I don't, but you know what I do love?
The soundtrack to In the Army Now.
No, that Sue from Swingers is in Encino Man.
Oh yeah,
Patrick Van Horn. What's on the soundtrack to Encino Man? I can't even think of it.
Just like the Stone Cold Crazy, and the end song with the what was it? The monkey song.
My monkey don't dance. My monkey don't sing.
It just I don't even know the names of the songs. They're just good. Like I just enjoy them.
But okay, let's go back to Encino Man for one more thing. There are two separate organized dances.
Yes.
And two separate montages.
Yes,
in
wonderful, wonderful.
That is a shoddily put together product.
You know what? You can't knock a movie with a montage in it. You just can't.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Yeah.
But I still like In the Army Now about 10,000 times better.
Of course.
I fucking quote that damn movie. Like I said, it's part of who I am.
Yeah.
It's
What quote do you quote normally?
I probably shouldn't, but I regularly go chabada chabada chabada.
You do.
And I go, and I do also unrelated, same line though. Go, you don't want that in your head. I say that to people, and I at least once a month go, but your dad's not going to pick us up this here brother. That I say that
Yeah.
all the time. Oh no, sorry, but your dad's not going to bail us out this time, brother. I say that. Sorry, I missed my own lineup. I say that very often, and no one but you ever fucking knows what I'm talking about.
Of course.
And my only knowledge of Vegas until I went there was that you can go to the Barbary Coast and get a $3.99 buffet.
Because we're a crazy boy.
So good. Weird fact about In the Army Now, though. What do you think this movie's rated? Do you know?
I think it's PG.
Andy Dick's ass is in this movie.
Yeah.
Pauly Shore yells about burying his beak. There's descriptions of naked oil sex. There's gun violence.
But there's no F-bomb.
There's no F-bomb. There's camel on Libyan violence.
Well, this is was it? Did Disney take it, or was it still Hollywood Picture Touchstone?
I don't know. I just know this. You can give it a Google if you want. This is not a PG movie.
It's not a PG movie.
I feel like it was a PG-13 movie, and they just edited some shit out and got lucky.
Yeah,
That's what I think. I think someone used some juice that they didn't wheeze on. And although there's no, I don't think there's a
Hollywood Pictures still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no wheezing the juice in this movie.
No, he's a little less Weasel in this movie.
He's more. Yeah, he true. Yes. This is an older, slightly older, balding, more mature Weasel. This is a latter day Pauly Shore. But I do remember it being a big deal that he cut his hair in this movie.
Yeah.
And that was like part of the ad campaign. But I think he was going bald, man. It had to go, But even that scene, the soundtrack, get a haircut and get a real job, and he's like something that works just as well in the gun range as it does in the discotheque, and then he fucking shaves his head. That's a great joke.
Yep.
This movie, I fucking love this movie. Be all that you can, so I can be all that I can be.
In the
on the weekends.
Army.
No, I'm talking about David Alan Grier.
I know.
Alan Grier's in this movie. David motherfucking Alan Grier, one of the funniest men of the 90s. And any other time he shows up in anything is in this movie. Lori Petty of Point Break fame. And Tank Girl that I've never seen because I'm not going to watch that movie ever.
Watched it once.
She's in this.
Never again.
Was it terrible?
Terrible.
Doesn't Ice-T play a man kangaroo in that one?
Don't remember much of it. I just remember I rented it, and I wanted my money back.
I think Ice-T plays a man kangaroo. I'm pretty sure he plays a man kangaroo and they have sex. I'm strangely not making this up. I'm going to quietly look this up while we're talking. What are your thoughts on In the Army Now? How much do you love this movie?
Oh, my God. I love it immensely. I quote many things on it. What's it like to be a dick? Dick.
Oh, yeah, that's a great line. There's so many good lines in this fucking movie.
Yeah. Can I call you General Butt Cheeks? Or Sergeant Butt Cheeks?
Those General Sweetpants.
General Sweetpants, yeah.
Yeah, like this movie, it's just fucking, I think it's a legitimately funny movie. I don't get why.
Every time I go to the dentist, I just think of the scene, and the little Santa goes, Via! Via!
Via! Via! That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, Ice-T is some kind of kangaroo. Hold on. Since you blew it for us and you've explained to the audience at this point that we are not in the same room all the time when we do the show.
It doesn't matter. It's okay.
I'm gonna do a little screen share with you, as we learned I can do before.
Well, now you're just giving up all the tricks of the trade.
Well, you got to see this. See, you looking? You looking?
What is that?
That's a Kangaroo Man iced tea.
Wow. Yeah, that's a kangaroo iced tea.
Yep, that's kangaroo. I think kangaroo iced tea is what they call like Australian piss or something. That sounds like a weird joke. Caught him with the old kangaroo iced tea. Yep. But anyway, back to the army now. So yeah, I love the shit out of this movie.
I watch this whenever it's on. It's a movie that never gets old to me. Yeah, it's hard to talk about it because I like it so much. I mean, tons of people are in this movie also, as most Pauly Shores are.
Give me some cast.
Well, you said Andy Dick, David Allen Greer, Lori Petty, got Art LaFleur,
Babe Ruth.
Yep.
Baby Ruth.
Keith Coogan has an appearance in it.
Yeah, fucking Keith, whose name I always think is Ricky Coogan because that's the guy from Freaked.
Yeah. You got
Keith Coogan pops up at the very end.
You got a lot of vagina, Fabiana Udenio.
The chick from Summer School?
Summer School, yep.
She's probably still great looking, but she was something magical back in the day.
Yeah, just look at this movie. You got S.A. Morales in it.
I think it's Issei.
S.A.
I think it's Issei.
I think it's S.A.
Yeah, well, you're an asshole.
I'm not saying it's just that's how it looks.
I don't think. Anyway,
you got
you
got tons. Everybody in it just works great.
It's. I think it's a solid fucking. It's a solid movie, and here's the people complained when it came out because I guess they thought it was ripping off Stripes.
Well, all military movies that have boot camp and then some kind of funny, military scenario afterwards, they're all the same. It's the same formula.
Yeah, like Full Metal Jacket. Hilarious.
Yeah, it's the same formula. But it's just how you go about doing it. I think it's great.
Yeah,
Stripes
like Full Metal
was great.
Jacket.
I love this. I love Full Metal Jacket. I love Renaissance Man. I love me some Major Payne. I think Army movies are great.
I can't help but notice. I kept
Hacksaw Ridge might be my favorite Army movie.
Is that?
Clint Eastwood.
No, I didn't see that.
Great movie.
Was that Heartbreak Ridge?
Heartbreak Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge was the new one?
Yes, Heartbreak Ridge. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I've never actually seen it. Is that one any good?
Heartbreak Ridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. With Clint Eastwood, it's great.
I'll watch that one day. I do have to point out, I gave you a chance to get out of it, but you kept...
What did I say wrong?
You kept sticking Full Metal Jacket in the same category as fucking Renaissance Man and fucking Major Payne.
Well, I'm just talking about you have the boot camp first and then they go into the war.
Yeah, but that's like...
battle.
But it's like, yeah, man, I really love fucking movies about... I really love movies about Vietnam, like fucking Full Metal Jacket, Operation Dumbo Drop.
Don't mess with that movie.
I watched that movie a week ago.
I know. That's why I was going to say don't mess with that movie. I know you like that movie.
I fucking love that movie. Dennis Leary,
Ray Liotta.
When the little kids ride the elephant, it's like freedom, freedom, and he's riding the elephant. And Dougie Doug's running around in there. Fucking Danny Glover fucking does judo to some motherfuckers in that. People don't realize that Danny Glover does judo in Operation Dumbo Drop, and then fucking Ray Liotta hugs an elephant. And he's still fucking Ray Liotta, so it's hard to take him seriously as someone people like. But Dennis Leary fucking has a gun in that one.
Yeah.
The asshole guy saves an elephant. But anyway, fucking Parker Lewis in that. But yeah, back to the Army now. People said it was too Stripesy, right? And I'm not going to pretend it's better than Stripes, although I do enjoy them both almost the same. I understand it's not better. I love Stripes.
It's a different comedy.
To be honest with you, the plot of Stripes is fucking retarded. Like, I love Stripes. It's hilarious. But when you watch Stripes, right, they go through boot camp, they get out, they get deployed, they fuck up a bunch of times. They randomly in the fucking third act of the movie, they introduce the fucking super van thing that makes no fucking sense. right? And they go fucking jump in the super van. Stripes is literally only carried by the fact it's Stripes isn't good because of the script. It's good because of fucking Harold Ramis and Bill Murray and John Candy, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting at? Like Stripes isn't like has no structure to it. It's just fucking ridiculous and like makes zero sense, right? In the Army Now is actually a fucking coherent narrative. Like everything about the movie fucking adds up. Like his plan is to fucking go in the military to fucking get the money for the store. So they're going to be water boys because he doesn't think they're going to get called up. She knows the whole time they're going to get called into fucking Chad. They go to fucking Chad because they need the fucking the water. They find a way to get them into combat without making it ridiculous because the convoy gets jumped. They get lost in the fucking desert like idiots, but then they stumble upon they get captured, end up with the guy they met in the beginning. So you know why the fuck they know the Special Forces guy. End up fucking up again trying to save everybody, and like they have a very believable redemption when he blows up the base. Like it doesn't become all of a sudden like Pauly Shore is fucking wielding a machine gun and like defeating the entire Libyan army. He basically stumbles into blowing up the fucking base and saves everybody because a camel helps him. But even the camel makes sense. Like the plot to this fucking movie, I'll say it, makes more sense than the plot to Stripes.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm wrong.
I won't say no.
Stripes should have ended. Technically speaking, Stripes should end after boot camp. The natural end of Stripes. If you watch Stripes and you're not watching the clock and realizing how it's only an hour into the movie, the end of Stripes is when they fucking do the dance at boot camp.
Yeah.
Right? He gets them through, and then all of a sudden it's like
it's the start of a whole new movie.
Yeah, a fucking another movie starts.
Hence why I say similar to
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. That makes sense. Yes, true.
Because I know plenty of people who will not watch the second half of Full Metal Jacket. They watch the boot camp scene, and that's it.
It's a whole other movie.
Yeah,
you're right. Tout beaucoup. I will say this is probably not to the audience. I'm gonna say outwardly this might be the most annoying Pauly Shore though. Like to the other characters,
he might be the dumbest Pauly Shore.
He's touching that dude's head.
Oh,
like
that's true.
He's fucking talking shit about his boss. He's running fucking scams on people. Like this is not the most honorable. Like he redeems himself the most because he basically saves 10,000 fucking military people when he fucking blows the Scuds up. But he's kind of a dick in the beginning. You know?
Well, I mean, Andy Dick's his friend.
Ugh, Andy Dick's terrible, but he's good in this movie. He calls him my friend too much. That's obnoxious.
Yeah.
I don't like when people who are my friend call me my friend.
It sounds like condescending. Like,
yeah.
It's like, hey, pal.
Exactly.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, like my friend is what you call someone who you're not friends with.
Yeah. I don't have to call you my friend. You're my friend.
Yeah, people know that. We're like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
We're like Riggs and Murtaugh.
Jack and Wang.
Exactly. Cagney and Lacey.
Sure.
The horse-faced chick from Sex and the City and the slut from Sex and the City.
Laverne and Shirley.
That's not their names. I don't think they're Laverne and Shirley.
No, I was saying Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's not who's Sex and the City is not Laverne and Shirley.
No, I was saying actual Laverne and Shirley, idiot.
I'm confused by your math. So yeah, the dentist thing's fucking hilarious. Fucking David Alan Grier's amazing in this movie.
Would America have won the Civil War if Benjamin Franklin didn't get along with Eleanor Roosevelt?
Yeah, dude, you fucking say that at least once a year. And it's funny every time.
I think I said it in a mass text with a group of our friends.
I'm pretty sure you did.
They were all arguing. I wrote that.
Exactly. Like, it's a fucking great fucking movie. I really think it's a fucking solid movie. And it's like, it's got a weird...
You're going to cut off my toes and spit down my head.
You better fuck... What does he say? You better fucking cut off a toe and tag an ambulance or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's a fucking funny movie, and what it is, it's actually more than any other Pauly Shore movie. It's like a classic. It's really like it's like almost like a black and white comedy. Like it has a vibe to me. It has a vibe of like, obviously we're gonna get shit for this if someone over the age of 70 listens to this show, which I don't think they don't know what podcasts are. I don't think, but sorry, old folks. It has a vibe to me of like an old school like Jerry Lewis, Dean Martin kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you're taking the two characters, you're taking the four of them, and you're dropping them in unfamiliar territory. Even like the scene where they're in the truck driving through the desert and all four of them are sitting in the seats. That's like a fucking Marx Brothers scene. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like it's just, there's a lot of like
well,
that shtick
each person
of like,
has their own thing that they're bringing. Like you had the neurotic one, you have the moron, you have the one that actually knows what they're doing, and then you have the one friend who hates the other one. Like
which
everyone has.
Yeah, and I appreciate that they made, you got to respect that. They, in the fucking early 90s, they fucking made Lori, it was progressive. They put Lori Petty as the badass.
Yeah.
Love interest.
Lori Petty's going to be in a movie, she's going to be the badass.
Of course. Lori Petty's the best. But they made her the love interest, they made her the badass also, which is, it's cool. Like, he doesn't fall, if this movie very easily could have had it that he meets some, like, young Libyan girl who's, like, secretly a model, or he gets the fucking, the Italian girl back, or whatever. But instead, they make it that the badass chick with the short haircut is the girl he falls in love with. That's a cool message, and that's cool that she gets to be the badass. She deserves it. They probably should have sent actual Lori Petty for more firearms training, because she fires that machine gun like a fucking puppet. Every time she picks up the rifle, it looks like Team America World Police. But whatever. Like, she would have killed someone by accident with that. If she was firing like that in real life, they would not have let her in the fucking military. But it's a fucking cool movie, man. I have nothing bad to say about it. And it's just, like I said, it makes fucking sense. And the end is so fucking gratifying.
Yeah.
Because it's not, like I said, it doesn't, again, it also could have very easily fallen into the trope where all of a sudden they're like badasses. And like, you ever see Pineapple Express?
No.
There's a joke in Pineapple Express where in the third act it gets super violent because it becomes like an action movie for the last like 20 minutes, which I always thought was funny. But that's like a trope, like you take these movies that it was a big 80s thing, like even like Stripes, it becomes an action movie. All of a sudden they're like all proficient soldiers, right? Mm-hmm. They're still not proficient really. Other than Lori Petty, they still fucking suck. David Alan Grier can't keep the laser on because he gets nicked with a bullet. Bones misses every fucking shot he fires. Misses the first fucking rocket launcher. Andy Dick does basically nothing. He's completely useless. And then he like happens to fucking fire the one rocket. He misses, but he hits the fucking oil barrels and ends up blowing everything up.
What does he say? Hit me, mister, one time?
I think it's suck on this a one time.
Ah, yes.
That's what I've always thought it was.
We've had this talk every time we watch this movie.
Yeah, totally. You only get one more chance, my friend. Shut the fuck up, Andy Dick.
I don't see you fucking trying to do it.
The only thing, Andy Dick was funny on news radio, and he was funny for part of that scene in Old School where he wore the wig that he refused to take off apparently in real life.
Oh, he's giving a blowjob classes?
But not even that. The part where he's in the kitchen and he's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Penis. Have you seen that movie? I like it with all the flying and the magic. That's the only good line Andy Dick delivers possibly in his entire career. It's just, And that time in Palm Springs, that thing that turned out to be a man. It's a fucking funny movie.
Yeah.
Shoulda, but da 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 da. I don't even know what he's saying, but it's fucking funny. Pauly Shore is fucking funny.
I love when he's got the scorpion on his back. There's a scorpion on my back.
There's a scorpion on my back.
What are you doing? You're always playing.
Always playing. I said that to people. This is a fucking good movie. Pauly Shore is fucking funny. I get like angry when people insult Pauly Shore because Pauly Shore is fucking funny.
Well, you know what? This month is Re-Shore-Lution, so everybody shall now appreciate the Weasel more because of us.
They should appreciate they should pray at the altar of the Weasel, Ron. The Weasel is fucking hilarious. Pauly Shore is a funny fucking man. He's good in these fucking movies, and he's not so one note. Like, you know, when I was thinking about this, about the whole, like, when I said, like, it's old school comedy, like, you take a character and you drop, you know, you're basically taking an established character.
Fish out of water.
Yeah, exactly. Fish out of water. You're taking an established character, the Pauly Shore character, like, because he's always Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
He could have been named Pauly Shore in all these
and
movies.
you're putting him in different situations.
Exactly. The earnest, if you will.
Yes.
But he's not one note. Like, in this movie, he's not really doing that much of the Weasel shit, and he's actually still really fucking funny. And I guess maybe, you know, we've talked about this before. I think we talked about this on on Son-in-Law. I think the problem is that by the time, if Totally Pauly came out in '89, by the time he started making movies, by the time Encino Man came out, you know, stuff like that shtick doesn't have a huge shelf life.
Yeah.
I think his core audience was already kind of like over it, you know? And so by the time fucking this comes out, he had to change characters. People didn't want to see the Weasel shit anymore. So he has to change characters. And I think people just didn't expect that. I think if you took someone else, right? If you take any other young comedian, because Pauly Shore was fucking still only like, I think he was born in what? He was born in '68, so he's only 26 when he made this movie.
Yeah.
Which is insane that he was that young. If you took any other young comedic actor, stuck him in that role, and like I said, it wasn't Pauly Shore, I think people would appreciate the movie more. I think people would have liked it better. I'm saying same exact performance. Like everything except for the fact that if it was Pauly Shore and no one ever heard of him before, that's what I'm saying. If this was the first movie Pauly Shore ever did, I think people would have liked it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I think people were, you know, they're like, oh, that's the Weasel guy. I'm over him. Oh, well, he's not the Weasel guy anymore. This is dumb.
But if he didn't do the Weasel, he wouldn't have been famous enough to do the movie.
I know. I'm just saying it sucks because I think I really think he should have had a long, you know, we'll get into this as we go along, but he should have had a longer career in a longer big, like, he still has a career, but he's still doing stand up and stuff and working the comedy store and all that shit. And he's fine. Like I said, it's not like this guy's some fucking degenerate. He's good. But I think he should have had a longer time in the spotlight. I genuinely think Pauly Shore's funny. I cannot believe, I know people are going to get annoyed with me. I stand by that wholeheartedly. Sucking ass. Pauly Shore's funny. I've been rambling for 20 minutes straight. What do you have to say, Ron?
I actually got two things. One, I don't think we mentioned that Brendan Fraser comes in as Link in this movie.
No, we did not.
He stops him and tells him, don't eat the chicken. It tastes just like frog. And Pauly Shore gives him a look, kind of like in Son-in-Law also. He's like, is that? He's just not sure.
Proving the same universe.
Yeah. And another thing is where the film takes place in boot camp, Fort Sill. I have a friend who had to spend some time in Fort Sill, and he was sent there to finish out his duty.
Is this the Shepard Tobolowsky story?
Yes. The
So-
Shepard Tobolowsky.
I feel like you should at least tell some of the Shepard Tobolowsky story.
All right, so I have a
least tell it.
friend who, when he was younger,
whose name is definitely Shepard Tobolowsky.
yes, Shepard Tobolowsky. When he was younger, he decided he wanted to join the Army. So he went through to a recruiter. He signed a couple of papers, but he asked the recruiter, like, if I don't want to do this, the recruiter's like, all you have to do is, as long as you don't take the oath, you're good. So it wound up being his dad got sick, and he decided not to go into the Army. So he never took the oath, called up the recruiter. Recruiter said, no problem, you're good. Well, cue, like, 20 years later, he gets married and tries to sign up for a passport, and he gets denied, saying there's a warrant out, a federal warrant, for him being a deserter for the U.S. Army. And he calls up a lawyer and stuff, and they tell him the best thing that you do is just turn yourself into an Army barracks, and, you know, nothing's going to happen of it, and this and that. You might have to spend a night or two in prison, and we'll figure it out. So he turns himself in, and they tell him you have two choices. You have to serve out your term. And he's like, how long? I just got married. And it's like, well, it could be 6 weeks, could be like 2 months. And mind you, as all this was happening, he didn't tell any of his friends. He just told his wife. And they tell him, you could either leave tomorrow. We'll get you on a plane. You got to go somewhere tomorrow. You can either stay in the cell tonight, or you can go home, pack a bag, and come back. But if you don't come back, we're sending marshals to your home to arrest you. So he spent a night in a MP prison that no one has slept in I think they said like 4 years or 5 years. And they sent him to Fort Sill, where he actually got on a plane, handcuffed, and he had to go down. Someone waited for him, picked him up, and brought him to Fort Sill, where he had to, do his duty. And he never spent a day in boot camp or anything because he never went to the Army. He was actually too old and really couldn't do any of the physical labor activities that they wanted him to do. So he actually got a medical note saying he couldn't do any of that. So for him to get an office job while he was there, because he had to work and he was getting paid while he was there, they promoted him to a sergeant. So he went down, and within a few days, he was a private, and he got promoted to a sergeant. He was there, I think, almost 2 months. He said he was working for one of the higher-ranked people, just doing office work. And he said at night he wasn't allowed to use his phone at all. And at night he had to go in. He had certain lights out. At night he could use his phone after 7 o'clock and on the weekends. So the entire time, the 2 months he was down there, none of his friends knew this. He would always contact us or text us back at night. So then he told his story finally when he came back. And he finally was there for 2 months, got honorably discharged as a sergeant in the U.S. Army for never spending a day in the Army, for being a deserter almost.
And then they give him, doesn't he have like a military ID now?
Yeah.
And he can shop at the PX?
Yep.
That's insane.
Yep.
And he has like a service record.
That I'm not sure. I think so, because he served. He got paid.
That is the most insane yet weirdly verifiable thing you've ever told me.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was in the Army now.
Yeah. Yeah. At Fort Sill.
He's no Bones Conway. American hero.
Yeah.
He probably would have gotten some kind of medal for that shit. Like they really did some serious business.
Who, Bones?
Yeah, he was under heavy fire. And he kept fucking fighting under heavy. If he would have died,
he would have got one of those medals. Yeah.
If he would have died, he saved thousands of lives. He should have gotten like the fucking Medal of Honor, or at least like a Silver Star or some shit. Like,
yeah, he escaped from prison, saved people, and stopped a missile launch.
Yeah, and they saved the
Special Forces guy.
The Special Forces guy. Yeah, they're fucking American heroes, man. They would have been fucking famous. That stereo store would have gone out of business pretty fast.
They would not have been able to take the Camelback with them.
I think eventually it would have taken a lot of paperwork. I think there was less red tape back in the day. I think they might have been able to get it back after a couple of years.
I think Operation Dumbo Drop came and picked up the camel?
Operation Humpo Drop, yes. I think that Sahara Stereo would have gone out of business probably within 2 years. That was a terrible idea.
That was a horrible idea.
I also appreciate that, like, the whole Crazy Boys thing is basically like Crazy Eddies from New York.
So they do that thing, but they keep it with them, almost like they made it their own.
What, the Crazy Boys thing?
Yeah.
Well, like yeah, I'm assuming they worked there for a while.
True.
I think I'm guessing Jack was like a repairman or a delivery man or something.
No, they both worked in a store.
Yeah, I feel like Jack wasn't Jack wearing like non-work clothes? Like he's wearing like a overalls or something in the beginning.
True. Could have been.
I think he was a repairman.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the charisma to be a salesman.
That's true.
Bones
and
with a
what
piano
idiot did
with a
he
piano
not-
key necktie.
He knew that the video camera was taping and going on to the like why would he do that knowing they just trick the manager?
Because Jack's an asshole.
Yeah.
Jack is
He's the
Dave of this movie. He's the Dave of this movie. All Pauly Shore movies need a Dave.
Yep.
You know, there's the fucking that one dick in fucking Encino, man, the fucking big the son-in-law, the big fat guy.
Yep.
And there's you know the raper ex-boyfriend. There's Dave and Encino Man, and then there's the Jack. Jack's a fucking real prick. I'd argue that fucking what do you call it? The special forces guy is a better friend than fucking Jack.
I think so.
He grows as a character. They become buddies. Teacher says I'm a natural. I fucking say that sometimes too. Why can't I take ballet class? Teacher says I'm a natural.
You do say that quite often.
Oh man, it's a fucking hilarious movie. I use an itty bitty laser. It's a big laser. It's a fucking good movie. I don't know, man. I've got nothing but nice things to say, so I'm just gonna sit here kissing Pauly Shore's ass all day. Has our search yielded anything this week, Ron?
I have found a Rich and Pam. We're on first name basis like that.
We're searching for Richard Tyson. We're looking high and low. We're trying to find Richard Tyson. Where did he go?
Nice.
I just came up with that on the fly, off the
Nice.
dome.
That's why I didn't
Yeah.
say anything. Know where it was going.
Sorry, Pamela Reed. You got introduced later. We'll get you a theme song some other time. Who you rocking for Encino Man?
Encino Man. I'm going with Richard Masur.
The fucking Veda's dad, Veda, Papa Sultan Fuss.
Yep. He was the uncle.
Was what?
Dan
Oh yeah, I guess
Aykroyd
you're right.
was the
Yeah.
father.
Oh, Dan. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd. I haven't seen him in fucking 25 years.
I watched it last year. My wife loves it. It's actually not that bad of a movie.
I mean, they murder fucking Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, that's why it's not that bad. You mean
Nice.
Macaulay Culkin?
What?
He changed his middle name to Macaulay Culkin, so his name now is Macaulay Culkin.
Is it really?
Yes,
When did he do that?
recently, like 2 weeks.
Solid joke. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. And I'm gonna say for Encino Man, I'm going Patrick Van Horn.
Nice.
I'm going Sue. Yes, I mean Sue's kind of a prick, but
Yeah.
he's got a terrible attitude. But fucking tries to shoot House of Pain. Can we do that movie someday, or can we not? I don't know if we can even do that movie.
Swingers? Why wouldn't we be able to do that movie?
I feel like it's too. I feel like it's not an onion we should peel the layers back on. We'll talk about that though. Who's your old Pam dog? Who's your Pam dog millionaire?
Robin Tooney.
I feel like she's too big of an actress. I feel like she had too big of a run. They tried to make her a thing.
I don't think she has. Well, I mean, she has. People know. Anyone who loves cult movies, you got Empire Records, you know her. You like The Craft, you know her. But
I've never seen The Craft. I just know she's in it.
But I think she does well, and she doesn't get some due recognition.
I'd argue that Megan Ward is more of a Pamela Reed than her.
I would too, but I didn't want to be biased.
I mean, Megan Ward was a magical individual.
You get no objections by me.
Early 90s Megan Ward was just a wonderful, wonderful woman who we all had crushes on. That will never change.
Nope. Still do. She looks wonderful.
I'm sure she's a lovely person.
She's on General Hospital still.
Is she really?
Yep.
And she's married to a man named Michael Shore, but not.
Yep.
No relation to Pauly Shore. Huh? Who knew? I guess you did. That answers that. What about in the Army now?
Glenn Morshower.
Who's that?
He always plays an Army guy or a Secret Service agent. He was in 24. He was in this. What other stuff was he in? He's in so many things. He always plays either FBI agent, government official.
The guy
the
from
recruiter. He was the recruiter.
Yeah, the guy from Black Hawk Down is up in the helicopter.
Exactly.
Yep, I'll agree on him. I will agree on that. You can't say Issei Morales because I think he was nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah,
you know?
no, like Glenn Morshower, no one knows his name. Everyone has seen him in something.
True.
He is almost a true Richard Tyson, where no one knows his name.
We know his name.
We know his name.
We know his name.
And
We know his name. In death, members of Project Mayhem have a name. His name was Robert Paulson. Who's your Pam dog?
Fabiana Udinio.
Didn't he fight for the UFC title in like 96?
Huh?
What? No, anyway, yeah, the booby lady.
Yeah, the booby lady.
Yeah, I will agree with that also.
A lot of vagina.
Yes, those movies don't hold up that well.
They don't. They're coming out with another one, I heard.
What?
I believe so. I think he's coming out of hiding.
They still let Mike Myers do stuff?
Yeah.
He was on the Gong Show playing that character. That was weird.
I wish he would bring back Wayne's World if he's going to bring back anything.
Yeah, I mean, this I want Dana Carvey to get more work. I like Dana. I'm a unapologetic Dana Carvey fan. Chopping broccoli. Remember that? We used to watch that special all the time.
Yes.
So yeah, that's
our first episode. It's our first double feature, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Our first double feast shore?
Yeah. Hey, ha. I like what you did there.
Oh, play on words.
Ho, ho.
Ho, ho. Khadaba, khadaba. I don't care. I don't care if it's kind of racist. It's fucking hilarious. And that guy's holding his chest open, airing out his man nips, and he's like, "Ooh, Jack, I'm gonna noogie you."
Your
Ooh,
dad
we get
ain't coming to
later."
bail us out of this one, brother.
Oh, so good, so good. Also, why does Pauly Shore know so much about how air filters work on fucking trucks?
Because his brother's the pool man.
I guess.
The only reason he became private first class.
Oh, you know what? I changed my mind about my Pamela Reed.
Okay.
Brr, 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 brr. Remix. Lynn Whitfield.
Okay. Nice.
Not to be confused. She played the drill sergeant. Not to be confused with Lynn Thigpen, who I always think is the same name because it's just I don't know why I thought that.
Where in the world is Carmen
Sandiego?
Do it, Rockapella.
Oh man, those guys. That one guy had that weird rat tail.
Yeah.
What was that about?
One of our friends was on that show.
He did terribly. David did horribly.
He made it to the end.
Yeah, but he didn't. Sue Park won.
Sue Park? I thought he made it to the end.
No, Dave cheated and lost. Sue Park went all the way to the finals.
He cheated?
Yeah, he tried. If our friend was on Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. If you don't know what that is,
our friend
Ronnie got molested by the guy who hosted it.
Yes, I met him in his dressing room. He was in a robe. Me, my friend, and both of our mothers met him in his dressing room, and it was very creepy. He hugged us. I'm
gonna tell you this. I'm sure nothing
Greg
weird.
Lee. Greg Lee was he's a fine gentleman.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing weird actually happened. But the way Ron tells the story always makes it sound like Ronnie's gonna get molested when he tells that story. Nothing happened. Sorry, don't sue us. But yeah, there was a game where they had to take trash out or something. They're like digging through trash.
Yeah.
And I remember watching as a little kid. Dave took the trash out of his can and shoved it in the person next to him's can.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was trying to cheat.
I gotta look at that. Look for that episode again.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. He was on that is real. That is real talk.
He's on his honeymoon right now. I should text him that he's a dirty cheater.
Is he still on his honeymoon?
Well, it was last week, right? I'm sure he takes long vacations.
Yeah, he's rich. So he doesn't do podcasts for free. So yeah, Lynn Whitfield. She was in a bunch of stuff in the 90s.
Not Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego.
I think she was in A Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
Yes.
She's a very nice looking lady, very talented. She plays the shit out of the drill instructor.
She does a wonderful job in this movie.
Yeah,
she
really
really
she's
plays
solid.
a great drill instructor.
And she's like a tiny little woman, and she's kind of scary.
Yeah.
She does a Sweet American Gladiators move where she fucking hits him with the pugil stick, the giant Q-tip.
Those are fun.
Not for me. I'm not good at that game. My athleticism does not translate.
We had fun at my bachelor party.
Yes, we did. Not with strippers.
No, with bugle sticks.
That sounds even worse. Anyway, so yeah, she's my Pamela Reed. Richard Tyson, if you're out there, please call us. We want to have you on the show. We want to be near you.
We want to have a barbecue with you because we want to see how you'd barbecue.
I'm telling you, he would definitely take over the barbecue, and not in a shitty way, like that guy who thinks he knows more than you.
So you're saying he would at least ask, because you don't touch another man's barbecue.
Yeah, I think he'd be like, "Hey man, if you don't mind, I'll take over the grill for you."
Well, if he came to your house, he would buy you a new barbecue before he touched that grill.
Oh yeah, my grill's a nightmare. My grill has been used
I
and
have
abused.
burned so many eyebrows on Craig's grill, lighting it up.
You only have 2 eyebrows, Ron.
Yeah, but multiple times.
Yeah, you did singe your face off like 3 different times.
Yeah.
Really though, like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Like, come on, man. Like you got to know the grill by now.
No, but every time it gets progressively worse. So I'm thinking I'm doing it the right way, and then it's like, oh, God damn it! What the boom right in my head.
It's a rough dance, my friend. It's a rough dance.
Next time, I'm just shaving my arm hair before I come over your house.
I can't blame you if you decide to do that, or if you just decide to do that because you feel like it. Whatever makes you happy. I'm an accepting man. So yeah, that's the first episode of New Year's Re-Shore-Lution month.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We knocked out Encino Man and my favorite of all Pauly Shore movies, In the Army Now. Next
episode, we're like Craig said earlier, we're going to be doing Biodome and Jury Duty. Not
Viva
the best,
Los Biodome.
but we love Biodome.
I am no one's doormat. Jury Duty has a couple.
It's got
of
the
movies.
safety dance. There is a midget running around his head.
There's a
Safety
midget.
dance.
Yeah, there's a midget running around there doing the safety dance. The Kylie Minogue's in that movie.
Yes.
That other lady who's attractive but not Kylie Minogue is in that movie.
Walter Peck is in that movie.
Walter Peck. Fucking old Stevie Baldwin.
Yep.
I get to tell some of my Baldwin brother stories I have because I have a couple of them.
Again.
I told him already?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
You could tell him again.
I'm going to tell him again. No one listens to this damn show anyway. So, whatever. It's just me and you screaming out into the void like 2 yahoos. I'm okay with it.
At, 12:50 at night?
12:53 we're up to now. We're supposed to start recording 3 hours ago. So
Yes.
I had to have dinner. All right?
When I tell my wife whatever time we're supposed to record, and she knows Craig, so she goes, so 11 o'clock?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. But I didn't watch wrestling while I was doing this, or instead of watching the movie. So
You were doing something.
I was not. I'm
You were
tired.
doing something.
I'm sitting in a chair. Thank you very much. So now that we've argued on air like a couple of idiots again, I can't promise that next week I won't still talk about In the Army Now if I have more to say. Dave sucks. Both Dave in Encino Man and Dave, our friend in real life. Stoney Forever. Bones Conway. American Hero. Other members of the Special Forces Unit, RIP. Album drop 2019. Yeah. That's all I got to say.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure, if you can, give us some reviews on whatever form of media you listen to us on. iTunes, Stitcher. You know where you're listening. Give us a review. Give us 5 stars. Just to give it to us. Why not? It won't hurt you. I mean, obviously, if you don't like the show, just stop listening. But
get out of here! Please don't stop listening. Please don't stop listening. So yeah, and remember, folks, under no circumstances Under zero circumstances, should you ever, wheeze the juice?
No butts chill.